The purpose of this program is to recognize and honor our students for their character, love of learning, commitment to academics, in addition to their involvement in school and community activities, and their ability to overcome difficult life circumstances. And they do this all in a setting that honors God, our country, family, community, and free enterprise. So now for the portion of the program that we're all are here for this morning, and this is for our students. And students, I'll tell you, it is a little nervous gets a little nervous to be up here in front of a bunch of strangers, but I'll tell you, the light that's right in front of you blinds you and you can't see anyone. It's just, you know, everyone's like a blur, so it's a great thing. We do want to hear from the students, and we know that we have teachers here today, counselors, principals that are so passionate about you, but we don't want to hear really from them. We want to hear from you. So we want to know what your plans are in the future. Once you graduate, what are the awesome, great things you're gonna go off and do? What do you plan on becoming? How do you plan on giving back to your community? How are you giving back to your community now? We want to know, why were you chosen for the Student of the Month program? And that's because you overcome a difficult life challenge and you managed to overcome that, and you're doing still awesome at school, awesome at home, awesome at work. We want to know those things. So don't be afraid of this mic. Believe me, you can't see no one in the audience, and you are encouraging to all the adults here in the room. We come here because we want to hear from you. We want to know how you did it, because despite our age, we sometimes like to complain, and we feel that we can't get through life. And when we hear a 16, 17-year-old young adult talk about how they overcome their challenges and how they keep pushing forward, it's a great motivator for us and also for other people here in
Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa Lee, and I'm the Dean of Students for Coombs Alternative Education. I'm here representing our Banning Independent Study School. I'm very honored to be here and just want to tell all the students that you are a true inspiration. We have a very special young man here this morning. He truly epitomizes what it takes to be a successful independent study student. And here I'd like to present his nominating teacher, our site coordinator, and our WASP coordinator, as well as a very caring and encouraging teacher, Miss Christine Hopple.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi. It is with great pleasure and enthusiasm that I introduce Daniel Banuelos as our BIS Student of the Month. Daniel has been an exceptional student at BIS for 3 years. The value he brings to our school is one of enthusiasm and inclusion. When Daniel enters the room, it becomes a community. He makes everyone's day a bit brighter. Daniel graciously serves as a student representative for our school site council and for monthly school board meetings. He also serves weekly as a mentor to younger students here at BIS, and they love him. Despite life challenges, he always comes to school with a positive attitude and turns in quality work completed to the best of his ability. Daniel demonstrates a distinct drive and enthusiasm and a strong moral compass that far exceeds most students his age. With confidence, I can say that Daniel will bring the same drive and enthusiastic dedication to any school he decides to attend. Please help me welcome Daniel Banuelos.
Hello everybody, good morning. My name is Daniel Banuelos. This is my beloved mother, Jeanette, and this is my wonderful teacher, Miss Hopple. As a young man and student at BIS, some of my greatest contributions to the school have been being a good ambassador for BIS. I'm always coming to school with my week's worth of work, and I'm always telling others about how great BIS is and how great it has positively changed my life. I participate in being a representative for BIS at the school board meetings. I am also a participant in the student site council meetings and have mentored 2 young boys for a semester, and they're very great. My plan after high school is to go to school to receive my barber's license, so I can work at a job that I love, which would be being a barber. Finding happiness in doing what you love is a powerful principle I want to implement in my life. When I was a freshman, I moved from Lake Elsinore to Banning. My high school experience started off rough when I went through that transition because I felt lonely at times. I was very depressed, and I felt like I had no purpose in life and an outcast. Since then, I have gone through tough times, dealing with family issues involving my mother almost dying twice, my dad being incarcerated the majority of my high school experience, and many other things. But even though through those tough times I've been through, I have been blessed with enough strength to get through them and have found the light. I now understand that I do have a purpose in life. My purpose in life is to be great by serving others in love. So by becoming a barber, I will be able to fulfill that and also be able to testify unto people that life is a gift worth enjoying forever. The most significant lesson I have learned in high school is that the key to success is by being humble, diligent, and a minister unto others. And I plan on giving back to the community by always spreading wisdom and truth in everything that I do. And by being a barber, I will be able to serve others and helping them feel more confident in their own skin. And I know that I'll achieve this through hard work and dedication. Thank you.
Wow, this is a surprise to me. You have to excuse me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I wasn't aware of the magnitude of this award that my baby's getting. And I'm a proud mama. I'm a fan. And I'm a crybaby. So those two things right now, you gotta. I didn't write any speech. I can go on and on and on and on about my baby. He's amazing. Every day he's amazing to me. And not just me, but everybody that is in the room with him. I mean, he is definitely an inspiration to me. And like I said to everyone around him, I don't have much time up here, but we've been through a lot. Daniel individually, by himself, he's been through a lot. I've been through a lot. We've all been through a lot. But for me, it's important to always keep that close relationship with my son and never hold anything back, and always be, either by his side or right there in front of him cheering him on, or and I'm just very, very proud, and I'm very, very thankful for these programs that you guys give to children and students and families that deserve it, So I thank all of you guys very, very much from the bottom of my heart for recognizing my child, because he deserves it. He deserves it a lot. Thank you.
This morning. My name is Ian Young. I am assistant principal at Beaumont High School, proud partner in the administrative team there. It is my pleasure to introduce this morning, ladies and gentlemen, the force is very strong with these next two people. Head counselor and nominator for Mia, Mrs. Kellie Boatman.
Good morning, everybody. I am exceptionally proud to introduce this fine young woman who's an excellent representative of what we really love to see in our students at Beaumont High School. She has been an incredible ambassador to others, is extremely positive, hardworking, diligent, resilient, and has incredible integrity. So without further ado, to speak on her own behalf and tell you her story, I'm very pleased to introduce to you Miss Mia Sumner.
Is the mic okay?
Yeah, hold it down there. You got it.
Yeah, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Mia Sumner. Oh, should I go lower? Okay. I'm a little short here. I'm Mia Sumner. I'm a senior at Beaumont High School, and first of all, I'd like to thank Mrs. Boatman for nominating me here, and my mom and my dad for standing behind me and supporting me throughout everything. To be quite honest, I never thought I could achieve this sort of thing, especially with the limitations I faced growing up as a child with a disability. I've had cerebral palsy for all of my life, and my disability was never something I really was ashamed of. But despite the many limitations I encountered from special ed classes and stares, I was able to push myself in honors and AP classes and rise above the ranks academically. I didn't focus on what I was bad at. I focused on what I was good at and what made me proud and what made others, feel good about themselves. I moved to Beaumont right after I had a huge surgery in 6th grade. Recovery was tough, but I never let my disability make me feel lesser. I turned self-pity into progress. Without my disability, I wouldn't have the motivation or the nerve to take school as seriously as I do today. I turn 18 in about 4 days, and as I get thrusted into the world of taxes and adulthood, I realize that the future I'm heading towards is bright and full of opportunity. I plan on going to a 4-year university. I love school, and I feel like learning is what I want to do for as long as I can, so I'm going to try to pursue higher education. I want to pursue communications and media studies. As someone who loves to speak out about issues and connecting with others, I find this field creative and rewarding. I want to use those skills to give back to my community and inspire others to speak out on things they deem important. I hope that my future successes can inspire and lead others into discovering new passions and successes as well. As I take the steps towards college, I will always remember to stay humble. Confidence is key, but understanding one's limits and faults is also something I find very important in life. I don't want to be arrogant, and I don't want to be too proud, but I want to stay humble, and I want to stay supportive and happy about my successes. My successes and my failures can be a big part of my life, but they don't have to define me. I'm much more than that. I believe that growing up with a disability allowed me to realize that stereotypes and labels aren't something I want to bring with me into the future. I'm bright and I'm full of potential, and wherever the world takes me, I will go gladly. I will open my arms to others and my mind to new ideas. And once again, I thank everybody for this opportunity. I wouldn't be here without the people supporting me, so thank you, everyone.
Say she said everything. I'm just very proud of you. That's all. Thank you.
I have to adjust the microphone also. All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Valdivia. I'm the proud principal of Banning High School, the home of the Broncos. And today we are really, really honored to have our first female of the year that's broken through for Banning High School. We've had 5 boys in a row for all of the months, and now Jasmine Vega Garcia has broken that, and so we're very excited about it. One of the quick nuggets before I turn it over to her nominating counselor that I wanted to share, you talk about dedication, you talk about being Bronco strong. This young lady at the December school board meeting that we had, it was sort of a little bit of a marathon, but she waited 6 hours to be able to present for a student study field trip for the Academy of Business to get the approval. And it was during finals week, of all things. So that was just really amazing. She was asked to be sent home multiple times so that she could study, but she had the perseverance and the dedication because she wanted to ensure that the trip was approved for those that would be going here in the month of March. So we're really, really excited about that one. That just shows you just a little bit about who this young lady is. She's an inspiration. She is an intelligent young lady. She is one that makes us extremely proud. So I'm going to introduce first, before we introduce her, I'm going to introduce her nominating counselor, and that's Mrs. Joanna Soto.
Good morning. So I have had the honor and pleasure of working with Jasmine for about 3 years as the Academy of Business Counselor. So I feel like I have witnessed her growth, but right away you can tell by her gentle and caring heart that she is just brilliant. Like, she was what I would call like a go-getter. Like, she would be coming and asking, like, how do I register for night classes, and how do I go to, like, you know, register for MSJC, like, always very persistent. And I will allow her to share her story, but I think when knowing more and more about her, it's just admirable, like all her obstacles that she has encountered. It's like, how do you have time to do all of that? Like, I want to be like you. Like, I want to know how is it that you manage being the responsible one at home and taking care of your siblings, as opposed at also like going to taking college classes and being a soccer player, and our academy star. Like, she has won like for the past 2 years, she has won like all of her Academy Awards because she's one of our top students. So she is what I call inspiring. And I know that she is brilliant and she will accomplish very much. And I always, she's just going to continue shining and shining. So I have the honor to introduce Jasmine Vega Garcia.
Good morning, everyone. Haven't even started talking yet, and I'm already crying. But my name is Jasmine Vega. I am a senior at Banning High School. I would like to start my presentation by starting with my personal obstacle, which is when I was only 3 years old. I'm super bad at sugarcoating things, so sorry. But when I was only 3 years old, I was separated by CPS from my troubled parents. Trouble is they couldn't stop using substances. But for 2 years, I lived in a foster home while my maternal grandmother was awaiting to go through the adoption process. But this isn't the major obstacle in my life. My major obstacle was witnessing and watching my mom continue to be troubled. But I always had my grandmother there, who's in the hospital right now, but sorry.
You need to put Kleenex up here.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry. My grandmother has helped me through everything. She would be really proud, yeah, for me to be here. She would love this. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Hi, good morning. My name is Joe Shilref. I'm the Academy of Business Coordinator. I've been Jasmine's teacher for 3 years now. I work very close with her. I just want to say a little bit about Jasmine. And you got a little bit of an understanding about some of the obstacles she's had to overcome and face throughout her life. And really, if you were to see her from a day-to-day basis at school, there's no way that you would know that. She comes to school. She is the most determined and dedicated student I think I've ever had. I had her as a sophomore. She came into our program, and right away you could tell her dedication to her academics. But as time progressed, she really became the face of our program, a leader. She leads by example. I don't think I've ever met anybody more determined and hardworking than Jasmine. She never complains about anything at all, no matter the obstacles she's had to face on a day-to-day basis, year by year. She helps others. She's a selfless person. I mean, everything she does is to help others. And like Joanna was saying, I have no idea how she's able to maintain this day after day. You know, she takes college courses, she excels in school, she takes care of her family at night, she plays sports. She's our representative for absolutely everything we do in our program. There's nothing I've ever asked her to do that she hasn't done and excelled and exceeded my expectations. She didn't get the opportunity to tell you, but Jasmine's hard work has earned her an opportunity to attend Cal Baptist University next year. So I'm extremely proud of her. It's going to be very nice to follow your successes in years to come. So I'm very proud of you. Everybody here is very proud of you. And we look forward to your successes again in the future. Thank you.
Good morning, and once again, congratulations to all of the students who are being honored today. Let's give them another round of applause. I am Dr. Benisha Carr. I'm a very, very proud principal for 21st Century Learning Institute in Beaumont Unified School District. And it's with great pleasure, honor, and privilege that we have Narayana, who is our Student of the Month. She is a great, wonderful representative of our Cyclone Code of being safe, responsible, and respectful. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to her nominating teacher, Ms. Eladi Vogelsang.
Good morning. I've had the pleasure of working with Narayana off and on over a couple of years. The first time I met Narayana, she was in 6th grade at Mountain View Middle School, and she was in a drama club class that I was part of for a year there. So we had our first kind of encounter there, and I remembered her. And about 2 years ago, she made an application to come over to 21st, and so I had the pleasure of working with her ever since then. I know that she's very creative, and she's very artistic. She's very dedicated and hardworking. She's remained dual enrolled with Beaumont High School and working on classes simultaneously while doing the majority of her work through our independent study program. And she's done well with her grades. I also know she's had a lot of personal obstacles to overcome in order to maintain that, and she's done quite well. So I'll let Narayana tell you her story.
Good morning. I would first like to start off by thanking my teacher for nominating me and my mother for supporting me. Throughout all of my life, I've been suffering through pretty bad depression that, sorry. Well, it started when I was about 4 years old when I went through a pretty big life-changing event, and I'm still going through it, but throughout time, it's actually been getting better. But when I was younger, I never thought I would make it to this age because I would often think about ending it all, and one of the things that motivated me to just keep on going was actually a scar I have on my neck from my first attempt in about the 3rd grade. It just reminds me about how far I've made it, and how things, even though things can be hard at times, things do get better. I'm sorry. After graduating high school, I plan on going to RCC into the cyber and security defense course so I could go into the digital forensics field because it's been a big passion of mine since I was pretty young. Good. And I would just, again, just thank you for everything.
Yeah. It's only, I'm sorry, my English is no good, pero so, teacher, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You, my daughter is my life. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. Mickey Valdivia, Supervisor Jeff Hewitt's office. I was had the honor the other day to be the MC at the banning chamber, and they had a nice box for me to stand on, but apparently Sizzler didn't do that. Anyways, it's an honor to be here this morning to say a couple of words, and I'm going to say this. This last week, I never know what's going to happen in my week because I wear two very distinct hats. I am a very proud faculty member at Banning High School, and then I moonlight in the evenings, in the weekends, and sometimes the early mornings for Supervisor Jeff Hewitt. So my days are very interesting. And this week I had the honor, actually it was Sunday night, I'll say, I had the honor with Councilman Art Welch. We were at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we were recognizing with certificates like these folks have here, Troop 117, and there were people getting their Eagle Court of Honor, and it was the first time I'd ever really experienced that, and it was a major accomplishment. And essentially what I'm trying to say here is I feel really good sleeping at night, knowing that we have kids like we have here. We have those Eagle Scouts, because in my capacity in education, it kind of leans more towards the discipline side. And yet I try and remain as positive as I can for those kids that are facing extreme adversity. And it's our role here in the community. It is absolutely our role to build those kids back up, because we never know what they go through and we never know what they can become, right? So I want to say thank you to the families, okay? And sometimes your family isn't a typical family like I experienced the other night. It's not, every single Eagle Scout had mom and dad, mom and dad, mom and dad. And not everybody comes or is blessed with that. So essentially, we are your superintendent of schools, your teachers, your principals, your elected officials. We can substitute for that. And we love putting on our hat in education or in our civic duties or in business. We love supporting you, so please don't ever forget that. And thank you for providing us with hope for those next generations, because you're going to take care of us someday. And if you're the ones taking care of us, I sleep well at night. Thank you so much.
Hi, good morning. My name is Pat Keplinger from the Office of Congressman Ruiz. And I just, I'm a father of four, and I just want to say how much coming to this event every month means to me. How it fills my heart bucket. I tell the congressman, I tell my coworkers, I tell my family of all the stories that you guys so bravely share. It takes a lot of courage to stand up here in front of the lights and the camera and spill your heart out. And like what Karina was saying is that your stories are so powerful and mean so much. And if you share those stories, it'll help so many other people get out of the depths of where they are and rise above and overcome. And that's what you guys are. You guys are overcomers. And, you know, you have such a presence about yourself, and wanting to be a servant and, you know, just a humble servant, it's pretty amazing. You know, one of the things when I was in the Marine Corps, and so when I used to have hair, I got a haircut every week, and you spend a lot of time with your barber or your hairdresser, and you spend a lot of times with those folks, and they're like counselors, you know, $10 for a haircut, but you get time to connect with somebody who's physically touching you, taking care of you, and you're going to be perfect at that. You're going to do some great things too. All of you guys are going to do some wonderful things. And one of my I have four kids. One of my boys is a type 1 diabetic. And that's a very difficult disability to have. And every day he struggles with being able to just be kind of like a normal kid. And, you know, as a parent, I worry about him at night and during the day, and what he's going to, you know, how is he going to be okay when he gets older? And then I hear your story, and I just see that there's so much opportunity and ability that I try and worry about him and his disabilities and, you know, keeping him down, but he's going to rise above it just like you have. And so, you know, I commend you for that. And you guys are just so inspiring. So I just thank you for sharing your story. Please share your stories with others. And especially when you feel at the deepest, darkest pit of your life, there's nowhere to go but up. And we've experienced that, and we've heard about that today. So be encouraged. Thank you so much for sharing your story. and I look forward to hearing about you guys in the future. Thanks.
It's hard to really follow all these great speeches and everything else, and all what everybody talked about the students today. I just want to say I'm proud of you. I really am. You are doing the best that you can do, and that's all we can ask of anybody. We have obstacles we have to live through. We have to keep on pushing. We need to always keep on striving to do our best. And I really just like to say, you are doing that, but you got to continue that. Not just through high school, through your whole life. That's what I'm asking of you. I'm asking also of people that are here to continue also doing the best that you can do every day, because we have to do that. We have to. And I want to just say one thing, because speeches were today. I just really am proud. People don't understand that in this area, I have put a lot of years into the past area. Okay, I'm trying to add them up right now. It's just trying. In both districts, I have put 39 years in. That's a long time, just in these two districts. And what I see here is the growth of both the districts to meet the needs of our students by putting new programs in, putting in alternative ed programs. And I think we need to continue that. And we need to be pushed every day from the community to do that for our students. But I just want to say, I am proud of the students that are here today. You have overcome such obstacles. You have put your best foot forward. And that's all I really can say. I am proud. And I'm going to get stepped by, because nobody's ever seen me cry. And I'm not going to be that way. You're not ever going to see me cry. So I'm going to say thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Well, good morning. It's always a pleasure to speak to our students and our community. And I want to go back to where Reverend Dunn started, with added value. And so, students, you have done something that a lot of people have difficulty with doing, is you haven't got caught in the muck. In the muck. So the muck means it's moist farmland, dung, decaying vegetable matter, etc. It's the stuff that we deal with, what we hear, that can control our minds. And you have to fight through that. We all have to fight through that every day. And so what I want you to focus on, and you're doing that, you're showing that, I hear that in your voice, you're focusing on the future. You're focusing on what it takes to grow. And so in education, we get caught on comparing ourselves to each other, comparing ourselves to other schools based upon assessment and data. It's not about that. It's about growth, because the growth goes back to added value. And so what I've done, something a little different today, is I have a name that I have for each one of you based upon what you've shared. And so this is just me to you based upon what you shared. So Daniel, you're charismatically driven, well-spoken. It just like flies off of you, just driven. Mia, you are a supernova. You know what a supernova is? It's a star, that's right, that explodes, and the explosion brings goodness and greatness. Jasmine, forever Phoenix. What you've done in your lifetime, what you've experienced, you keep growing and getting better and better. Go back to that, because those things that you've experienced are going to make you extremely strong. You're strong now and going to make you even stronger. And Narayana, did I pronounce that right? You were tough, but I got something for you. Growing hope and strength. You have so much strength inside of you that you bring hope to others. So I want to thank our parents and our families for everything that you've done for the students. We see it, we can feel it, as well as our teachers, our counselors, and our administrators, and our community support. So thank you all for being here. Thank you.
So students, I'm going to end the program with John Maxwell. John Maxwell is a motivational speaker, a pastor, an author, and I get a word every day. And normally, I drive up Lambs Canyon, I'll listen to the word, and I think, okay, that's appropriate. This morning, I had a lot going on, and I was on calls and trying to not get caught by the cops. No, I'm kidding. Kidding, not kidding, right? I was trying to get here on time, and I didn't have a chance to hear it. But I want to, we're going to hear it together. The word is uniqueness. I get an email every morning, and it's a word, and he talks about the word, and it's a very positive, uplifting word normally. And we're going to hear it together, so hopefully it's a good one. And I think it really goes well because each and every one of you is unique. So here it goes. If my phone decides to work. And maybe not. There it goes.
My friend Joyce Meyer said one time to me, John, God will never hold you accountable for gifts you don't have. He's never going to hold you accountable for things you can't do well, for strengths that aren't apparent in your life. He's going to hold you accountable for the gifts you do have, the strengths you do have. Hi, John Maxwell here today. Welcome with Minute with Maxwell. I'm glad you're with me because I want to talk to you about uniqueness, because what makes you unique is the gifts that you have. It sets you apart. I know for a fact that if I sit at a table with 6 people, that every one of those people at that table will have a strength, a gift that is unique to them that I don't have. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I believe in collaboration. It just makes sense that if people have strengths I don't have, if we can pull all those strengths together, we're just better together than we are alone. But here's what makes you unique. Not only that you have gifts that are different than anyone else's, a personality that is unique from everyone else's, but that you maximize it. I call that special unique. You're unique in the fact that you're different, but you're special unique by the fact that you maximize that difference to help other people. So I encourage you right now, whether it's reading Strength Finders and find out what your strengths are, or a temperament book on like Personality Plus, it doesn't really matter. Just find out what your personality is, find out what your strengths are, find out what you do really well, and whatever that is, that's what makes you unique. Now today, be special unique. When you find out what those things are, develop them, cultivate them, maximize them, help them to reach their potential. And then you're special, unique.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful morning.